Greetings my dears, in love and light, Nikki Sutton here. Now today I wanted to talk to you about how to create your own reality. Now I'm not saying you want to create your own reality and just live in a little bubble separate to other people, your own little reality, no. It's kind of the opposite to that, breaking out of something, removing walls. So your reality is today, now, according to how you perceive this reality. It's like everyone has a different pair of filters on, a different pair of glasses on, and each of us see reality in a different way, a relatively similar way. Well, that's what social norms help with. But we each see reality a little differently. So, as an easy example, one person will find something funny and another person won't really find it funny. There's a mismatch in perceptions there, because one person thinks it's amusing and silly and another person thinks it's dreadful and unfortunate. It's just different ways of perceiving the same event. That makes you wonder what exactly is truth, and how through the different perceptions of each individual, they must have their very own contrasting version of the truth of reality and the way things are and the way things should be. So you see, this is another reason why we can't all come together and decide the way society should be, or because we're always infighting. A lot of it is fueled by the cabal, yes, but we have trouble coming together and all pointing our attention in one direction for the benefit of us all collectively. Our perceptions are also out of alignment, and I think that is especially happening because there's such a broad range of experiences, say, as we're brought up. Some people can parent well, some people not so well, some people terribly, and some people not at all. And so there, from the start, we are receiving very contrasting experiences of reality, and therefore our perceptions are very misaligned. Now, it's good to have differing perceptions, of course. We're all each individuals, and the creation, the one infinite being that we are part of, wants to have different experiences through each of our eyes. But in terms of having a coherent reality with other co-creators, other humans, it's tricky when all of our situations have been so very different. If everyone had a wonderful, supportive upbringing where we're all validated and brought up happy, then those perceptions would be more aligned from each person, and we might be able to point our attention a bit better in one direction and come together a bit better. When you've got kids growing up in warring environments and other kids growing up extremely wealthy and entitled to everything, huge discrepancies there. How can we all come together as they grow up? Bit difficult. So all needs to be a bit fairer. But anyway, so my point is, there's a big difference between everyone's perceptions. Now, your reality is how it is, because it is how you perceive it. Now, a lot of those perceptions that you have could be questioned. So some of your perceptions might actually be making you unhappy. Let's say you have a negative perception of the way you look, and that's a filter that you're looking at yourself through. You have a perception of what a good-looking person should be. Let's say my hair is curly and I perceive good-looking as having straight hair. So I might get frustrated with myself, frustrated that I have to spend so long doing my hair. It's a very nebulous example. But really, if I worked on that perception, I could let it go. So there's a lot about how we perceive our reality, the glasses we're looking through, that we can question in order to improve our well-being and happiness. And the spiritual awakening is another massive example of a shift in perceptions. It's a drastic, sudden one, quite often for most people, or it can be a slower thing. And some people don't even realise they're having a spiritual awakening. They just start having realisations and they don't know what's happening to them. Their reality is shifting. They're creating a new reality for themselves very quickly. So that's a prime example of spiritual awakening, where a new reality is being manufactured super quick, and if you don't slow down and examine what's going on, it can be quite traumatic. Enter the dark night of the soul. So, how to create your own reality? One way is to start looking at your perceptions. If you're happy in your own reality and your perceptions, fine, you're already happy. But you can look at certain things and question the way you think about them. And if that perception is given to you by society and societal norms, social norms, the organisation you're in and how you're being told to think about things, you can question the beliefs that were given to you within the family unit or friends as well, and also whole communities and national perceptions through media as well, and political ideas. So there's so many different angles that we are not always told to think, but it's the norm to think, so we accept them the way they are. Now, often when we have an awakening, that's one thing we do, we start questioning reality. So our perception changes. Hang on, when I thought that was right, actually it's wrong. There's some way that I've been living under in society, which is I thought was right, but actually it's wrong. I didn't mind being taxed to high heaven, but actually it's a lot like theft. I've changed my mind. So you're perceiving it differently. So one way to create your own reality is to start recognising that you are perceiving things in a certain way and then choosing a new way to think about it. So if you have an unhelpful perception, such as I perceive that people like me don't do very well. People like me don't have much money. So you may have been brought up in a family where it's not very abundant type lifestyle. People like myself, we're poor. Okay, so that's a negative perception, a negative belief, a limiting belief. It's a belief and a perception, the way you're seeing reality. Now this is hindering your manifesting abilities as well, because your belief is that I don't have much and I can't have much, therefore you darn well won't have much, because creation will pick up on that belief and give you what you believe, because it must be what you need for your learning and experience if you believe it so deeply. So when there's something negative going on, or when you feel negatively, have negative emotions, ask yourself if there's some perception there that is hindering me. Can I change it by looking at the surrounding context? So, people like me don't earn much money. Why is that incorrect? Okay, because actually I'm a human being like everyone else, and I can try and create more abundance if I am more proactive, if I'm more positive, if I do some healing work, if I get up and aim higher and believe I can have what I need, what I want. So there you've changed the perception, that limiting perception that you had. So that's one way to create your own reality, is to look at your perceptions, the glasses, the coloured glasses you are using to view reality, and think, is that perception something I can question, which then will help me to manifest even better reality. In addition to that, by changing these perceptions, the way you perceive reality can feel a little happier, because imagine if you suddenly got rid of that negative perception that I do not deserve to earn money, or people like me don't earn money. You get rid of that and think, actually I'm the same as everyone else. You perceive yourself more positively and feel better about self, and have more positive emotions about the self, increasing self-love. So examine those perceptions, create your own reality through new glasses, and manifest much better. And you'll see that very soon, reality, you can create your own reality as you see fit. Perceptions. So leave me and others a comment on how you've actively questioned your perceptions of reality and manifested something better. And don't forget to click subscribe and that bell button too for notifications to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. like and share also, because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.